Hey, family. It's your girl, Tammy. I am here again to tell the story of this man. And I told this story last week, but TikTok deleted my video because they said I was bullying him. A man who rightfully deserves to be bullied. But since I can't bully him, it took me a whole week to get my words together, to get some decorum about myself. So here we go. So this degenerate right here is called Maury Travis. This entire story is about him, but we're not going to talk about him. Just remember his face. Now let me set the scene for y'all. It's the early 90s and that C-Rack cocaine is bombing our neighborhoods. You hear me? So this lady right here is Miss Alyssa. She was a recovering addict and she was just out having herself a night on the town. She met a man, that man being degenerate, and she called her mom and she said, "Hey mom, I met a man. I want you to talk to this man. He's so good to me." He proceeds to get on the phone, tell her mama, "You take good care of her. I'm going to take care of her tonight. You don't have to worry about her." She was on a date in this basement right here pictured. She never left this basement because that man did the unthinkable to her. Because not even 24 hours after she called her mama on that phone, they found her in a ditch in St. Louis. Now, I got a beef with the St. Louis police because when they found her, they said she was unidentifiable. Mind y'all, this lady had a record. Let it be any other time, they would have been able to identify her, but they just called her a missing person until her mom called the police like, "Hey, what's up? Hold on. I know I talked to her killer. He called me on the phone." They didn't investigate it. She was on that C-Rack. They didn't care. On to the next. This is Miss Teresa Wilson, and she was a city girl long before Carisha and JT, okay? From a very young age, she was out and about, hitting these streets, doing what she had to do. Unfortunately for her as well, that C-Rack got a hold to her. And on that C-Rack, she also met that degenerate man, and he invited her where? To this basement, where she too never left alive. Now, it took them a little while to find her body. They found her a couple weeks later. Still, didn't tie her to the first victim. Just said, "Oh, she's on that C-Rack. This what happened to him. It don't matter. Case closed." Now, this is Miss Betty. She also was on that C-Rack. She also went to that basement. She never made it out. But see, the difference between Miss Betty and the first two that I told y'all about, when they found her body, she was found just tossed somewhere the same as them. But she had tire marks on her leg because somebody, we don't know yet, somebody ran her over with their car as they was trashing her. But they still did not put 1 and 2 to make 2. So she was just another dead black lady in St. Louis, Missouri. And this is Miss Verna. And Miss Verna's story really pissed me off the most out of all of them because she, too, as I've been saying, was also on that C-Rack. But see, when she went missing, she was in a get better facility. She was in rehab. And she was in a rehab that had a curfew. And when she didn't show up for that curfew, them people in that building didn't call nobody. They didn't say, "Hey, she missing. Hey, she didn't come back." They just chalked it up as she a crackhead that went to get more crack, so we ain't gonna waste our time. We're gonna give her bed to somebody else. Because had somebody done their job, what they was literally hired to do, she would have been found before the months and months and months she was sitting out there in the wilderness, and somebody faster would have been able to connect all these crimes back to who? This degenerate. It is him. All of it leads back to him. And if he was any kind of smart, he done dropped 4 bodies in St. Louis. Ain't nobody looking for him. Ain't nobody saying where they come from. Nobody came to knock on his door. A smart man would say, "Oh, let me sit down. Let me find some chill." This degenerate, no chill. So on 4th of July, when he should have been getting ready to pop fireworks and barbecue some burgers on the grill, do you know what he was doing? Still being a degenerate. See, this one lady, 4th of July, she minded her business. Everybody outside doing what they doing, preparing to spend time with their family. A butt-naked lady run up out his house, yelling, screaming, and hollering, "Oh my God, somebody help me." Police come, they get the lady some clothes, thank God, they get her some clothes. They say, "What's going on here?" She say, "He tried to kill me." He said, "Oh no, I met her at the club and she drugged me and she was trying to rape me. And when I caught her, she ran out the house." Now, I ain't never been in no situation like that. But if I'm finna rob somebody and they sleep and it's a likelihood that they can wake up, there's no way on God's green earth I ain't got no clothes on. He was a liar. But She was a prostitute. She was a crackhead. She just wanted to get out that way. So him nor her filed charges. So this degenerate lived to M-word somebody again. And M-word he did in quick succession. He found her, dumped her. Then, a couple days after that, he get her. But while he doing all this moving and grooving, it's a man that works for the newspaper. And he's reading this paper, and he's doing what the police is not doing. He's saying there is no way in the world that all these ladies from the same neighborhood, doing the same job. What was their job? They was out there selling that thing. They was ladies of the night, getting it right. But yeah, they were selling that thing. So the newspaper guys putting this together, like, there is no way that this is not the same person doing this to all these people. So the man name was Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill wrote an article in the paper. And he wrote a great article about Miss Teresa. He told about her life, about her times, about her kids, because she was more than just an addict. She was just more than a crackhead. So he told her story, her life before she got addicted to them drugs, right? Cool, no harm, no foul. Everybody's thinking, now we can get people to talk about the story some more to see what's going on. But the same way the people of St. Louis is reading that story, that degenerate was also reading the story. So in him reading the story, he then sends this exact letter to Mr. Bill. Pause to read. The audacity, I tell you. So once he sent this letter, Mr. Bill read it. He say, cool, no problem. Let me get the right out. I'm also finna get the authorities on this case because you not finna get me, buddy. So he calls the police. The police go to the field. They thinking this finna be a long day of work. Oh my God, this is a big ass field. What we gonna do? Short as the day is long. They took 16 steps. Right after 15 and right before 17 steps, boom, body. Now, he sent them that map on Expedia. So the police started doing police work. They went to the Expedia. They said, hey, we need all y'all files. We need to know who sent this, where they sent it from. Who is this person? And nobody searched that field in that time that they asked, but one person. Who was that one person? Of course he was that one. So they pull up to his house. Let me talk to you. Let me do an interview with you. What's going on? What's happening? What's going on? They run in the house. He's in there trying to tell the police where they can and can't sit. Don't touch my cats. Don't talk to me. I run this, whatever the case may be, right? So they doing their interview thing. At some point, he say, y'all got me. I'm going to show y'all where the rest of the body's at. Now, I forgot to tell y'all, while he was doing all this M-word into them ladies, he was recording them. So when they went to that basement in his house and they broke down that wall, they found numerous tapes, like 30, 40 tapes, y'all, of him M-wording these ladies on camera, getting pleasure from it, right? Right. Sick, degenerate. So they stopped playing the telephone with him and end up taking him to jail. Long story short, he confessed to it. They put him in jail. He said, I ain't going to jail. So he himself celebrate. This is the letter that he wrote to his mama about why he did what he did, trying to still make it about him. This is it. This is what he left the world. Now I'm gonna take y'all back to this house. Cause after his mama owned the house. So she rented out the house, right? She got her a nice tenant. Nice house, right? Nice yard, nice driveway, nice house. Sister right there, sitting in there watching her some true crime on TV, watching the show that her cousin told her to watch. And would y'all know her house that she live in, this house. But I said all that to say this. If you want to hear the entire episode of how he got away with what he did, you can listen to the story about this degenerate Maury Travis on the Black Docket, wherever you get your podcast. The name of the episode, St. Louis' Darkest Secret, the story of Maury Travis, the degenerate. I'm Tammy. Bye.